Okay, so we're here at the World Congress Center, Fab Tech 2022, and we're going to go inside and show you what it's all about. We're here with Rob with Titman. He was going to show us some of his cool stuff he's got here for MIG cleanup and just longevity of your contact tips and stuff like that.
So right here is our robotic welding reamer. It's a 2-in-1 reamer with an anti-spatter, so it's an all-in-one process. We got a wire cut on top there. We also have a TCP that is placed on top of it if someone wants it.
So the benefit of this is, like, you still got your gloves on.
Yeah.
You could come in, nip your wire off,
yep,
clean your tip,
yep,
and then you sprays with the anti-spatter at the
exactly
same time.
Exactly.
So you don't have to undress to
yeah,
change your
exactly
thing out.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
And you know, and then this is the manual one, like we just
okay, so this is for
that's
your robotics,
more robotics,
animation stuff, and
yep,
then this is if you're using your manual production,
yep,
still kind of stuff.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
well, thank
cool.
you for the explanation.
Yeah.
So from this one, so that
right there, put it on there. This guy's a lot faster.
So what all do we have on here? We've got like a fish mouth, you got 22 degree.
You got a fish mouth. You have 45 degree.
Okay.
22 and a half.
We got VR shop tools going on here. Just in case you don't want to do the real thing in the shop. These are pretty trick. They got little detent pins. You can drop them through the table without any tools and tighten them back up.
Right now I have it cranked up so we don't end up with black top. Right? We have an auto feature so it'll set the temperature of the tungsten and do it automatically.
Oh, yeah.
create a cut file. You can create a G-code file without a computer.
That's what I have linear systems.
Yeah.
But I've watched your guys' tracing thing, and that's awesome.
So practical shit. You got your cardboard template. You want to start over here. You bring it over your zero there. Right. So that's my 0 point.
Okay.
Now I want to blow a hole. Right. I know I need a hole over here. I've got the stylus in here instead of the plasma torch. Yep. Right. So this becomes your mouse button. You move it over to where you want the hole. Click it. Type in the diameter of the hole you want. In this case, let's say a 0.8-inch hole sort of thing. Okay. You decide what side of the line you want to cut on and what sort of lead you want. And you can zoom in here. You can see you got a little...
See where your lead in is and everything.
Lead is and everything like that. Right. And then, you come over here, you cut this hole. That's my next hole. Right. Same math. You click it, choose left cut, right cut, lead in, all that other stuff, right? Now, up here you want a bolt slot. Okay. Right? I'm going to switch over to rectangles now. Same thing, I'm going to pick the center of the bolt slot, right? And it gives me a square, but in this case I got like 2 inches by 0.5, so let's add a 1/4 inch radius on it. Bingo, bolt slot. Freehand trace. Lower this down a little bit. Ideally this is like double-sided tape down or something like that, so
you don't lose your origin.
You're not shifting around or anything like that. I'm just going quick here.
Yeah.
But so now, you literally just kind of, it becomes a click, click, click situation, right?
Okay, so when you're doing a straight line, you're clicking then going out, and then
for curves like this, I like to do this. I just kind of bump around.
Okay.
Right. You get a little bit, because if you're dragging it, it'll pick up on little wobbles in your hand. But you can just click and drag it around the other side, and it'll create the curve.
See what you got going on down here.
Right. So, and then when you get to the end, right, you double click, and it'll actually close the polygon for you.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it'll close it off. So if you don't get right back to where you started, you can actually close it.
Okay.
I did.
Is it a fixed Z height or is it got a
No,
torch?
no.
It's got a torch height control?
Yeah, it'll do torch height control as well.
So it'll modulate it as it's going up and as it's cutting?
Well, that's in beta right now. It depends on your, we're still working on it.
Is that going to be an add-on you're going to sell, or is it going to be incorporated?
No, it's already incorporated. It's part of the feature, but it's in beta right now.
Langmuir Systems charges an extra $400 just for that.
Yep, I know.
So if that is just in there, that's awesome.
Yeah, Langmuir's big innovator. All props to them. They made a cost affordable, but
this is a totally different animal.
But we are $2,500, no PC, no assembly.
It's true.
Shipping's only $200 anywhere worldwide, roughly $200. We have torch height control. We have DXF import, which Langmuir also doesn't do.
So explain to me the difference between DXF and import. What do you mean?
We can bring in a DXF.
You can bring in your own module and not have a computer. Is that what you mean?
You don't need a computer.
Sure.
Langmuir's Crossfire system only brings in G-code, doesn't bring in DXF files.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, so you don't have to run it through sheet cam or anything like that?
No, just bring in the DXF directly.
Wow. Okay.
So
that's pretty cool. Quick explanation. What you got?
So this is our Illuminator. This is a cotton fiber wheel. It's non-loading. It doesn't clog. They're made out of cotton fiber with embedded grain in it, so cotton burns off. You have fresh grain throughout the whole life of the wheel. You never have to use a lubricant or any type of gum on the surface. It doesn't transfer, so the wheel is very balanced. Doesn't clog, doesn't load, doesn't chatter back at you. It's very balanced.
So what about so you said that's 6061, which is a little harder and stuff. What about like a 50 series? It's a little more gummy.
This works on all types of aluminum. You can use it on anything you want.
Okay.
Any
cool.
type. Runs cool, it's not hot.
That's sweet. There's no weight to it.
Alright, so we got a trimmable flat disc here. As you're using this wheel and the flap wears away to the edge, you come and you turn your grinder on and you hit it right here at the corner, and it will shred away this backing right here, exposing more flaps on this side to reduce your waste.
Oh, so how far back in will it go?
It will go all the way to the
center. So that whenever you're rolling that edge, you just wear that off.
Exactly.
So you hit it right on the top side.
Right on the top right here where you see this groove. And it will trim it all the way back until you use this entire wheel.
Interesting.
And it reduces your waste.
That's pretty cool. And this is with Pearl?
Pearl Abrasive.
Okay, cool. We're with Brad with Tycon, and I just want to kind of point out some of the things I thought was cool and innovative with some of their stuff they got going on. One of the things is they got a silicone trailing cup here, and a couple things I like about it, it's super light, and it's half the price of most of them out there.
That was my goal, yeah, 100%. I wanted it to be affordable for people who may not need it, but want to learn and grow into that type of thing.
Absolutely.
And still have a tool that performs excellent, at the same time. So, yeah, all these welds I did with that in my bench. You can kind of see a little detail maybe there. It's hard to video titanium sometimes. Yeah, these are all done in an open atmosphere, no purge chamber or anything like that. Just my equipment here you see on this table.
The other thing that stood out to me is his purge plugs. They've got
Pull them out of there, yep.
made lenses into them, so you don't have to worry about running an extra diffuser. Well, actually, they have additional diffusers too.
We have extras if you like diffusers on your diffusers. I got them for those guys. It's an add-on product. It comes with these tubes normally, just a 1/4-inch tube, but the screen does an absolutely excellent job of dispersing that gas inside the weld man. I think of it like water. You know, you fill something and you get all these crazy bubbles, or you can fill it gentle and slow with a good diffusion, and it's just nice and smooth, no stirring.
And then the two other things that I really thought were cool is this clamp they're coming out with here. Can you tell me about that?
Turntable welding fixture. This is my first prototype. I actually displayed this last year. We've been doing tons of engineering. It's a pretty involved system. I've got this quick latch bolt that allows you to fixture, you know, mandrel bends, pie cuts if that's your thing. Anything that's not straight can now go into a 3-jaw chuck on a welding positioner. So I'm really excited about this product. We're finishing all the smaller scale sizes. You know, hopefully this year, beginning of next year, have these things ready to hit the market.
So what's the smallest radius this can accommodate with clearance?
I will include 1D for pretty much the size. So yeah, 1D bend is a 4-inch would be a 4-inch radius.
Okay.
3-inch would be a 3-inch radius.
And then the last thing that I thought was really cool is you guys' universal clamp blocks for the band saws.
I was going to point this out to you as well. These are invaluable for cutting elbows and tube. Oh, it's all clamped in there. We can imagine the sizes, but you either have to hold this thing somehow and push it through a saw, or hope that it can squish in your vise and it doesn't fly out and hit the wall.
I imagine for cutting collectors, it works.
So yeah, this one specific. We do have straight tube ones.
You do? Okay.
This one is specifically for these elbows, these extruded elbow type of deals. This, I mean, you'll grab this in your vise on your
bandsaw,
horizontal bandsaw. You just clamp it in there, set the blade. You use a angle finder on this side to get your exact cut. Send the cut, boom, you've got perfect.
And it's aluminum,
angle.
so you're not going to be marring your tubing or anything.
That's right, yeah, it's not going to tear your blades up, your tubing up.
Well, thanks for the time.
Appreciate you coming by. Thanks, man.
As I want to show you this cool thing here, we're with Paul with Bonnell, and a lot of times when you're doing like cast stuff, you got to post heat stuff to take your stresses out of the material, and he's got a nifty little thing that he developed to have another solution for that. You want to tell us about it?
Yes, well, what we have here is we have a system that takes the thermal or residual stresses out of metal without altering the mechanical properties of metal at all. And how it does that is that we use a vibrational energy. There are several ways to do it. You can use heat, you can use cryogenics, you can peen it, you can bury something in the sand for a few months, or you can vibrate it. We have a patented process that uses a very specific and very mild vibration that will take those residual stresses out of things like stainless steel and aluminum that you normally can't do, because if you touch heat to it, you'll destroy the mechanical properties of that metal. So when you go to touch heat to it, it wants to relieve itself on you. We call it distortion, but it's actually the metal trying to relieve itself. We talked about castings the other day. You'll get a lot of cracking, again, from the rapid cooling. And this, you can utilize this while welding as well to actually control that cooling. And you get a deeper weld penetration. If you're doing weld overlay, it will virtually eliminate cracking. Doing weld overlay, you get a lot of cracking. And you can do a post-weld stress relief so you don't get delayed distortion out in the field, or if you happen to be welding something up and you need to machine it, it's nice and stable when you machine it after you're done welding.
So the vibration and agitation of it doesn't mess anything up while you're welding? You can do it while you're
Oh, absolutely. Well,
interesting.
Yeah.
So you got, this is the head unit, and then this is what is actually doing the vibrating? Is that true?
So there's three components to the system. There's the force inducer that puts the mechanical energy into the workpiece.
Okay.
There's the transducer, it's a piezoelectric, which reads what's happening in the set of circumstances you present to it. And then there's a control console, the patented control console, that makes heads or tails of all the information. You'll tell it what type of metal and approximately what the weight range is, and then it will take a sweep of your set of circumstances and find the harmonic peak of that set of circumstances. All metal has one. And that harmonic peak will be discovered far below any type of fatigue.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
1-inch adhesive, 1-inch adhesive. There's no 2-inch adhesive free in the middle. So we're not going to contaminate the roots. That's what it's about. So for example, this is what you're staring at, this.
Yeah, and this would be great for, I mean, you do exhausts and stuff like that.
Yep, see how there's no adhesive in the middle, so we're not going to contaminate the root.
That's awesome.
So now the difference is this one's 4-inch wide,
Okay.
1-inch adhesive, 1-inch adhesive, 2 inches of adhesive free. This one is 2.5 inches wide, 3/4 inch adhesive, 3/4 inch adhesive, 1-inch adhesive free.
Okay.
This one, sometimes people just want fully coated across the web, 2-inch adhesive across the web.
Okay.
That's the difference.
How well does this conform to a contour? So I do a lot of like
very well.
exhaust stuff. So can you just like dart it so that the tape can turn? per se?
Yeah, very flexible.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So where can people find this if they wanted to get it on a website?
You know what? I don't know. Let me answer.
So they weren't very well organized, but further questioning, you can get that from any of your general suppliers like ArcZone, Airgas. That's a really cool solution for not contaminating that spot that you want to keep covered, but still get a good purge on and not contaminate it. Sometimes you run into crazy people at the show.
They let anybody in here.
Yeah. Guys, here we're here with Cliff with O2 Armor, and he's got a really cool solution for not necessarily having to wear a respirator or a mask throughout the shop. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, hey, we're at Fab Tech, first time ever. We're super excited to help people with their black boogers in the shop because it's always a problem. Everybody says, yeah, I got black boogers, and they want a solution. So O2 Armor is the thing. What it is a little filter that fits inside your nostrils. I'm wearing one right now. Let's do a snout cam. And what it does is it filters down to 65% at 2.5 microns. Super effective. The welders that are using it love it at the end of the day that when they go home, they're not blowing out black boogers. They know that's junk that's getting in their lungs. And if you can slow that down, you're just going to have a healthier life, and that's what we want. We want you guys to have a healthy life. We got the product. It's got a great price point. Check us out on o2armor.com and at O2Armor on Instagram.
Okay, sorry about the wind. I think that's going to be it for Fab Tech 2022. We've seen a lot of great people, we've seen a lot of great equipment and machinery, and just lots of innovative stuff. Not a lot of stuff that maybe you or I will be able to apply directly to our shops, but hopefully this will just give you a concept of what's up and coming in the welding world and the manufacturing industry, and just kind of give us ideas for maybe smaller renditions of some of these things we can do in our shops. So once again, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more fabrication content, click some of the links that are going to pop up here. If you want to be notified of upcoming videos, hit that subscribe button and go build something.